Chapter 65. When Bianca was assigned to visit the Rockwood cottage to discuss the upcoming fundraiser gala with Morticia Addams, Xavier unexpectedly offered to tag along. "Hey," he said, catching up to her. "I heard you were assigned as the liaison to Mrs. Addams. Want me to help you convince her? I've got nothing better to do, and it'll keep me away from all the prank day chaos." Bianca raised an eyebrow but shrugged. "Sure. Let's go." When they arrived, Morticia greeted them with her usual elegant smile. "Bianca, Xavier, how lovely to see you both," she said, ushering them inside. Xavier's eyes darted around the dark, refined interior. "I like what you've done with the place, Mrs. Addams," he said. "Oh, thank you, dear. I couldn't wait to tear down that hideous pink wallpaper," she replied with a graceful wave of her hand. She led them to the living room, where Tyler sat in front of his laptop, typing away. Xavier froze. "What's he doing here?" "I live here," Tyler replied flatly, not looking up. Bianca immediately felt the air thicken with tension. She tried to smooth it over. "Are you taking online classes, Tyler?" she asked, noticing the books piled beside him. "Tyler's been studying stocks and investments with Gomez," Morticia said proudly. "He's made quite the profit already." "It's not that much compared to what you make, Aunt Morticia," Tyler said with an easy smile, deliberately emphasizing aunt. Xavier's expression flickered, but he said nothing. Sensing the growing discomfort, Bianca quickly pulled a folder from her bag. "Principal Dort wanted me to give you this list of potential donors for the gala," she said, handing it to Morticia. "Oh, thank you, dear." Morticia flipped through the pages, then smirked. "Look at that, Principal Dort put Mama at the top of the list. How considerate." Tyler looked up. "Grandma Addams or Grandma Frump?" "My dear mother, of course," Morticia said, smiling fondly. "She likes me too," Tyler said. "She gave me a fleet of classic cars to start collecting." Morticia chuckled. "You are quite the charmer, darling. But Mama won't be so generous with her money. The last person who asked for a donation ended up being sent back in a casket." Xavier opened his mouth to ask how Indora Addams was doing, but his words caught in his throat when Tyler casually added, "Grandma Addams likes me, they both like me." Bianca's eyes darted between the two boys, realizing this visit was going nowhere fast. Tyler's eyes narrowed as he scrolled through the morning headlines. A social media post flashed across his screen. "Local driving instructor found dead in the middle of the road." The photo made his stomach twist. Something about it didn't sit right. Meanwhile, downstairs, Morticia and Gomez froze in horror, though not because of the news. "Oh, mon Dieu," Gomez gasped. "Thing's birthday." Morticia clutched her pearls. "How could we forget?" Without hesitation, Gomez snatched up his phone. "I'll fix this. We'll make it up to him." He dialed a local masseuse and, with his most persuasive tone, offered to pay triple her usual rate if she came to Jericho immediately. Upstairs, Tyler was still at his desk, sifting through files, when he suddenly heard the faint creak of the cottage door. Instinctively, he turned, and nearly jumped out of his chair when he spotted Wednesday rummaging through Morticia and Gomez's bedroom trunk. "What are you doing?" he demanded. Wednesday slammed the trunk shut, her eyes flashing. "She stole my spell book," she said coldly, clutching a note she'd found inside instead. "All I got was this apology letter." "Wednesday," Tyler said cautiously, "your mother told me it's better to let your visions return on their own, or until a new spirit guide appears." "I agree with her. What if you lose your psychic abilities permanently by trying to force them back?" "Potato, potato," she muttered, waving off his concern. "We don't even have any leads." "We can try tracking the old man's phone," Tyler suggested. "No need," Wednesday replied. "I already have it." Tyler blinked. "You what?" She ignored him and walked out the door. Reluctantly, he followed. They found Agnes in the courtyard, sitting cross-legged on a bench, humming to herself. "Tyler, this is my stalker," Wednesday said bluntly, introducing her. Agnes froze mid-hum. What were you doing in my house? Tyler asked sharply, towering over her. I was just curious what you two were up to, Agnes stammered, raising her hands defensively. Later, Agnes explained how she'd convinced her friend Josephine, a shapeshifter, to transform into Galpin and unlock Donovan's phone. As Tyler listened to an old voice message on the device, a single word stood out, bullpen. His eyes widened. He's talking about the cabin. What cabin? Wednesday asked. Our log cabin near Camp Jericho, Tyler said. Wednesday's lips curved into a small, satisfied smirk. Then I guess we're going camping. Before they could leave for the camping trip, Tyler and Wednesday had to attend his father's funeral. The sky hung low and gray over the Jericho cemetery, the kind of gloom that seemed to suit the occasion all too well. Tyler stood beside Wednesday, hands in his pockets, staring at the casket as it was lowered into the earth. Sheriff Santiago spotted them from a distance, surprised to see both standing straight, heads unbowed, faces unreadable. After the service, she approached them. Glad you could make it, Tyler, she said softly. I was forced to attend against my will, he replied dryly. Santiago's eyes shifted to Wednesday. Attending funerals is one of my favorite pastimes, Wednesday said without a hint of irony. I'm surprised to see you here, Sheriff. He was a former officer, Santiago replied. The department had to send someone, and I lost the coin toss. A flicker of amusement passed over Wednesday's face. Then Santiago's tone turned serious. Do you have any idea what Donovan might have been investigating before he was killed? She asked. Wednesday shook her head. He didn't say what the case was. Well, if you two find something, Santiago said, backing away, be sure to let me know. She gave them a polite nod before walking off, leaving Tyler and Wednesday alone before Donovan Galpin's grave. Wednesday studied the tombstone for a long moment. Aren't you angry at whoever killed him? She asked. Tyler's expression didn't change. No. I'm not even sad that he's gone. Do you think that's strange? I think it's pointless, she said simply. Regret won't bring him back. It's much more constructive to solve this case before another victim appears. Tyler turned to her, brow furrowed. Who else did you see die? Enid, Wednesday said flatly. She turned and began walking away without another word. Tyler lingered for a second, staring at his father's name carved in stone, before following her. Chapter 66. Principal Dort was surprised when Wednesday joined the camp at the last second. He thought she would stay in Nevermore with Tyler this weekend. Gomez and Morticia stopped them, announcing that they would be the chaperones for the camp instead. Wednesday and Pugsley saw their parents arrived, their horror doubled. Please tell me this is a nightmare, Wednesday muttered. I tried, Pugsley said. They packed garlic just in case you tried to bite anyone. Her humiliation only faded when she saw Tyler unloading a duffel bag near the tents. When are we sneaking out? He whispered. Tonight. When everyone's distracted by the sickeningly cheerful campfire, she replied. Tyler frowned when he noticed Pugsley lugging around a huge coffin. What's in that? Wednesday asked. Firecrackers, Pugsley said quickly, then shot Tyler a desperate look for backup. Wednesday, Tyler cut in smoothly, if you want, I can pitch your tent for you. He leaned closer, voice dropping to a whisper. Maybe I'll sneak in after lights out. A faint smile tugged at her lips. Do that, and you'll never sneak anywhere again. Later in camp, Tyler peeked into Pugsley's tent, and froze. What were you thinking bringing that thing here? He hissed. Pugsley looked defensive. Eugene said we couldn't leave him behind. I didn't say to bring him here. Eugene retorted. Tyler crouched beside the casket, inspecting the corpse inside. That post isn't going to hold him, and does he look different to you? He is different, Pugsley said proudly. He's even regrowing his brain. Tyler blinked. How? We've been feeding him mystery meat, Pugsley admitted. Tyler's eyes widened. You're sure he hasn't eaten anything else? Pugsley and Eugene exchanged a nervous glance. Pretty sure, Pugsley said slowly. That's why he came back. Tyler pinched the bridge of his nose. He escaped once already? For a short period of time, Eugene said quickly. But he came back on his own, Pugsley added. You can't leave him unattended for a second while we're here, Tyler ordered. One of you has to keep watch. But what if people start asking questions? Eugene asked. That's your problem, Tyler said flatly and ducked out of the tent. After an eventful day of camp activities, Wednesday and Tyler slipped away from the campfire and headed for the cabin. They thought they were alone when they entered until when someone snuck in front of them, flashlight under her chin to look like a ghost. Boo, Adele said. Tyler stumbled back. Wednesday gave the classic death stare. Adele, what are you doing here? Wednesday asked through gritted teeth. Adele glanced at Tyler, then at the board where newspaper clippings were pinned. I'm working a case. It led me here. What case? Wednesday asked. Willow Hill. Adele trained the flashlight on the outcast obituaries tacked to the board. A man named Paul Bradbury was investigating Willow Hill and this place came up. She looked Tyler in the eye and winked. How long has the USSPPO been looking into them? Wednesday asked. Ever since outcasts started dying in the facility, Adele said. Who's Lois? I didn't meet anyone named Lois while I was in Willow Hill, Tyler said, squinting at the clippings. Have you tried sending people in? Wednesday asked, looking up at Adele. They all ended up dead, Adele said evenly. She leveled a stare at Wednesday. Some of these clippings are really old. I doubt the old man collected them recently. Adele checked dates. Yeah. He must have started collecting them after your mom died. He must have sensed something wasn't right. The old man wasn't as idle as I thought, Tyler whispered. Wednesday pressed her hand to the board, trying to get her vision to work. Nothing came. Adele narrowed her eyes. Looks like someone's been forcing the gift of foresight, she said. It's not like witchcraft you can switch on and off. I need to get Goody's grimoire back from Mother so I can regain my abilities, Wednesday said flatly. Since when did your visions get tied to a book? Adele asked, rhetorical. Wednesday peeled the obituaries off the clipboard and revealed a mirror behind them, crowded with photographs of Tyler and his father. Tyler slid a photo with his mother into his pocket. Wednesday watched without comment. As they walked back toward camp, Adele fell into step behind them. Don't act alone, Wednesday. This isn't some lone actor like Miss Thornhill. This institution has been avoiding the authorities for years. Do you understand? I'll make sure she doesn't act alone, Tyler said. Morticia was surprised to see her niece standing in the foyer, but before any pleasantries could be exchanged, Wednesday stepped forward, eyes gleaming with quiet defiance. Mother, I'm challenging you to a blind duel, she declared. If I win, you'll return Goody's grimoire. Morticia's lips curved into that timeless, elegant smile. And if I win, she purred, I'll dump that book's ashes down the drain. Tyler blinked. A blind duel? Adele sighed, rubbing her temple. Old Addams tradition, she explained. Two combatants fight blindfolded, usually with swords. The duel ends when one pierces the other's glass heart. She turned to Wednesday, lowering her voice. You don't need that book, Wednesday. Your visions aren't tied to it, trust me. But Wednesday was already slipping on her black blindfold. The courtyard filled with a stormy hush as the two women took their places opposite one another. Gomez, beaming with fatherly pride, gave the signal. En garde. Blades clashed like thunder. Sparks danced across the marble as steel rang through the night. Morticia moved with serpentine grace, each strike elegant and deliberate. Wednesday countered with sharp precision, her attacks cold, methodical, almost surgical. From the sidelines, Adele and Tyler watched tensely. Thing perched on Tyler's shoulder, drumming impatient fingers across his collar. She's holding her ground, Adele whispered. For now, Tyler muttered. Her mother's toying with her. The duel grew faster, more vicious, blindfolded strikes slicing the air as if guided by instinct rather than sight. Then, without warning, the night sky erupted in fireworks. Red and gold flares bloomed above the camp, crackling with deafening brilliance. Wednesday's focus faltered. Morticia seized the moment. With one fluid motion, she lunged, and the tip of her rapier struck true, shattering the small glass pendant on Wednesday's chest. The crowd gasped. Wednesday tore off her blindfold, fury flashing in her eyes. She flung her sword, aimed not at Morticia, but at the shadow looming behind her. The blade struck home with a wet thud, pinning a rotting zombie that had been staggering toward them. Morticia turned, arching an eyebrow. Well, that's new. Adele was already on her phone. We've got an undead sighting in Camp Jericho, she said briskly. Send containment. Pugsley ran up, face crumpling as the agents loaded the moaning corpse into a reinforced van. Morticia placed a graceful hand on his shoulder. Cheer up, darling, pets come and go. Some sooner than others. Gomez chuckled, pulling his son into a side hug. Chin up, my boy. There'll be plenty more reanimated friends in your future. Meanwhile, Wednesday stood apart, sword lowered, her pride bruised but her spirit unbroken. Tyler moved to her side, watching her expression.